Okay, YouTubers and anti-nuke activists, look, this isn't something I relish doing. It's not something I wanted to do. I tried to avoid any confrontation this time. I just wanted to go on my way. My broadcast of last night that I had audio problems with was not even a broadcast to attack or bash or be critical of anyone. I had other plans with it, but since Shane Russell and Jan Brooks, who you know as Miss Milky the Clown, cannot leave me alone, now it's time I tell my side of the story, because you've only been getting one side of the story. Those few of you who are following this ridiculous nonsense. And again, the ball's not in my court. I've only told the truth from day one. The strange story that you're about to hear, the fantastic tale of Arnie Gunderson, I didn't come up with it. It was told to me by Shane Russell. And not just to me. It was told to Sherry Lutz, to Maureen Burke, to Joni Ray. A number of people have heard this story. Now, let me back up a little bit, because before we get to this, I want you to know that there's a number of red flags that have shown up with this Mr. Russell person. Maybe that's his real name. I don't care anymore, because this is to waste my time and to detract from my work. So I want to be quick and to the point with this. I had a red flag previously when I went on Michael Rupert's show. The day of Michael Rupert's show, my associate, Shazam, Shane Russell, who has traded some screen captures with me from FOIA documents for a number of months now, he acted very strangely that day. In fact, what he did, and this is a known fact, he went into Michael Rupert's page and attacked Michael Rupert under one of his threads. And it was to the point where Michael Rupert had to block him, okay, which I said, hey, that's crazy. I even approached him that day and said, what are you doing? You're trying to get me thrown off the show? I said, wait till tomorrow if you want to go in and attack Michael Rupert. Please, I want to get the information out. This is Plumegate. This is my biggest chance. I mean, it was the lifeboat hour, for crying out loud. Well, he attacked Michael Rupert, got blocked. Red flag number one. Now, around this time, too, I'm hearing this fantastic tale from Shane Russell about Miss Milky the Clown in a meeting between Jan Brooks, a.k.a. Miss Milky the Clown, and Arnie Gunderson of Fairwinds Associates. Again, it's not my story. I didn't come up with it. I'm just finding myself in the middle of this. You must understand. And the story basically, again, told to more than just me. A number of people have heard the story. I've talked to them on the phone, so I've confirmed it wasn't just me. The story goes like this. Miss Milky the Clown arranges a meeting between her and Arnie Gunderson. He's going to be in Michigan for the Fermi case, and she arranges a meeting with him. According to this story, Arnie may be drinking. Miss Milky thinks it's suspicious. He's acting intoxicated. During the lunch meeting with Radchick, who's trying to get a job with Fairwind Associates, Arnie leaves the table suspiciously 2 times to call his wife and come back. The story continues. After the meeting, Jan Brooks goes to a bookstore and finds a letter inside of the nuclear book section that has pertaining to this Fermi case about safety and the nuclear power in the Fermi case. This is the story I'm told by Shane Russell. She arranges another meeting with Arnie Gunderson because this is important information. Well, at that meeting, as the story goes, Arnie only wants the original. He won't settle for a copy. And when it gets to this point where Miss Milky's not going to give him the original, I am told by Shane Russell, Arnie tries to snatch it out of her hand. He actually tries to grab the letter and snatch it out of her hand. Now, Arnie leaves without anything. In the end, he says, look, if I can't have the original, I don't want anything at all, and they part ways. And this is the story I am told by Mr. Shane Russell, a.k.a. Shazam, who's been trading screen captures with me from the FOIA documents for a number of months now. And I've grown to trust this guy. So when these red flags come up immediately, I'm like, oh, this isn't good. Because this isn't the first time this has happened to me. Okay, this is the 4th time that this has happened to me. Originally, Miss Milky the Clown contacted me in YouTube. And when I spoke to her on the phone, she said, let me connect you with this guy, Shane Russell, who knows the FOIA documents. That's how I met Shane Russell, was through Miss Milky the Clown. Now, I'm sitting there for a couple of weeks suffering from angst because I'm told, and I'm still believing Shane Russell, that Miss Milky the Clown has had this fantastic meeting with Arnie Gunderson. Arnie Gunderson shows up drunk, tries to snatch the documents from Miss Milky the Clown's hand. I'm thinking to myself, why is Miss Milky not talking about this? We know Arnie Gunderson's a gatekeeper at the very least. He's not telling us everything. He's a bad guy, in my opinion. I've kind of proven that. Why won't she expose him in this fantastic incident? Right? This would basically totally discredit him and all be over for Arnie Gunderson. She can quit posting Fairwinds Associates videos, so on and so forth. My wife makes contact with Jan Brooks after hearing me with angst and rambling about the house, mumbling about this for 2 to 3 weeks. My wife's had enough, sends an email to Jan Brooks on Facebook and asks her, says that she doesn't say Shane Russell, but she says that I have heard from someone this story about Arnie and these documents and what have you, and is this true? Now, Miss Milky responds and says, no, that's not how the story went at all. I did meet with Arnie Gunderson, but I gave him the documents. He accepted them. It was a pleasant meeting, nothing at all like that. My wife doesn't go into great details in two respects. She doesn't say I got the information from Shane Russell, and she is very limited on the story. She doesn't know the whole complete details as I've had to hear it, right? But she's pretty close on the fact that there's a different story being told about this meeting with Arnie Gunderson and Miss Milky, and it doesn't look so good on Miss Milky the part. Now, Miss Milky responds and denies this and says, no, that's not the story at all. Okay, so I immediately confront Shane Russell, aka Shazam, about this. And just like the previous times this has happened to me, I don't get answers. I don't get immediate, forthright answers. In fact, now here's where the situation stands. Shane Russell's story is this bizarre one about Arnie being drunk trying to snatch documents out of Miss Milky the Clown's hands, and he's told it to a number of people, including me. Miss Milky the Clown, who's been given this information and has to be aware by now, and if she's not, hey, I'm telling you right now, Shane Russell's the one telling the crazy stories. I swear to almighty Yahuwah to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, period, in the story. But she doesn't seem to be upset at all about this fact that Shane is spreading this incredible rumor about her and Arnie Gunderson. So you must see now that her reaction, which was to immediately forward my wife's letter to Shane Russell, who forwarded it to Kevin Blanch, and I'm not saying anything about Kevin Blanch. I've been suspicious of everybody connected with these people now, because you must understand, to me, they're damaged goods. That many red flags trying to sabotage the Rupert show, baiting me with this fantastic Arnie Gunderson story when they know I'm doing my best to show that Arnie is not being honest with the American public and completely forthright. I feel they were trying to bait me into doing a video and telling this fantastic tale, which would have been total slander, and I couldn't prove it. Well, I knew it was hearsay at the time. If you read my last article where I said, hey, I'm going to take a break for a while, I even said that. Someone is withholding information. Why won't they talk about it? This is why I'm quitting. I want to get out. They say they're against nuclear power, but as the story alleges, with this fantastic meeting with Arnie Gunderson, why won't Miss Milky say anything about it? And if it's not true, and as she denies it, why is she not confronting Shane Russell and saying, why are you spreading these rumors about me? This is not good. This is a lie. It's been told to many people, not myself. I have broke my silence and spoke on the phone with a number of people that Shane Russell told me were trolls and shills and to block and delete. I'm now unblocking and I'm calling. I'm talking to people. I want to know what was told, and I'm hearing these fantastic stories about me, about Rad Chick, Christina Consolo, about Kevin Blanch, even Miss Milky the Clown. I've heard from this guy stories about all of you are trolls, okay? All of you are trolls. I mean, it's just the bottom line, and it is what it is. You know, I'm really disappointed this time, this fourth timer. Let me tell you something, Mr. Russell, I'm sure you're listening to this. You hurt me. You hurt Maureen, too. You made her cry. That's why, yeah, you've got that screen cap. You posted it around. You made her cry. You take advantage of people, okay, and that's wrong. You're deceptive. You're a deceiver, and, hey, that's wrong. You can't be forthright and honest with me, and, hey, that's wrong. You took credit for some of Maureen Burke's screen captures, I'm told, and, hey, that's wrong. I even still give credit where credit's due. On my show last night, I credited when I read a screen capture, looked at one that I got from someone else, Shane or Maureen. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to tell you where it came from. I'm commanded to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. I'm commanded to do that. I believe. I'm a believer. Okay? So now the ball, it seems to me, is in their court. All I got to do is tell the truth. I didn't make up the fantastic story, and nor am I covering for the guy who's going around telling this fantastic story, you know? And the whole time I'm wondering, why does Miss Milky the Clown keep posting these Gunderson videos when she knows he's a gatekeeper? I've totally debunked and discredited the guy, hands down, end of story. Why are you doing it? Why are you hosting my videos and mixing them in with Arnie Gunderson? And hey, maybe Miss Milky is not a shill. Maybe she's scared. Maybe she's timid. I don't know. But I know one thing is this. If you're going to go around Mr. Russell or Miss Milky or whoever and give one side of the story and your version of it, that's not right. There's two sides to every story, and I want my side to be known, since you, A, can't leave me alone, as I decided to make my show not about you guys and stick to the information, that's what I want to do. But secondly, now you're approaching my mom, my 80-year-old mom, on Facebook and harassing her. And hey, dude, that's not right. This is between you and me, and really it's between Miss Milky and Shane, the way I see it, because I didn't make up the fantastic story, and all I've done is tell the truth, as I will continue to do, and I promise you guys that. Okay, and that's where I'm at right now. I want to get that out, and I just want to be open and upfront about it. Look, final words. I waited a week and a half, over a week, to even come out and say something. Initially, I was hurt, man. I shed a tear. I don't appreciate being deceived and lied to. I thought I trusted. I thought I had a good friend. It hurts. It hurts. But I didn't want an emotional knee-jerk reaction to come out and write an angry article. I've had an article written for 4 or 5 days. It's just sat there. I'm not publishing it. It's private. It's therapy. I'm working it out. I tell how each time this happening, from the Intel Hub to Julia Mitchell to Pete Santilli, they approach me. They get close to me. They tell me what I want to hear, and then they sabotage. Michael Rupert's show. He goes in there and attacks him on the day. That was incredible. I knew then and there something was not right, and I sincerely doubt they have told you this side of the story. Okay, this is Hattrick Penny. Again, I swear to the almighty Yahuwah that what I have told you, to the best of my recollection, is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me almighty Yah. Okay, that's it. Hattrick Penry, you guys have a great day, and check it out. I'm coming back with my radio broadcast, and we're sticking to the information. I'm not going to harp on trolls and shills and controlled opposition. My new Project Phoenix, we lead by example. Lead by example. We don't have time for this. I got blockbuster information to get out, and that's what I'm going to do. You guys have an excellent day. Everybody take care. Over and out. To the point with this. I had a red flag previously when I went on Michael Rupert's show. The day of Michael Rupert's show, my associate, Shazam, Shane Russell, who has traded some screen captures with me from FOIA documents for a number of months now, he acted very strangely that day. In fact, what he did, and this is a known fact, he went into Michael Rupert's page and attacked Michael Rupert under one of his threads. And it was to the point where Michael Rupert had to block him, okay, which I said, hey, that's crazy. I even approached him that day and said, what are you doing? You're trying to get me thrown off the show? I said, wait till tomorrow if you want to go in and attack Michael Rupert. Please, I want to get the information out. This is Plumegate. This is my biggest chance. I mean, it was the lifeboat hour, for crying out loud. Well, he attacked Michael Rupert, got blocked. Red flag number 1. It was told to Sherry Lutz, to Maureen Burke, to Joni Ray. A number of people have heard this story. Now, let me back up a little bit, because before we get to this, I want you to know that there's a number of red flags that have shown up with this Mr. Russell person. Maybe that's his real name. I don't care anymore, because this is to waste my time and to detract from my work. So I want to be quick and cannot leave me alone. Now it's time I tell my side of the story, because you've only been getting one side of the story. Those few of you who are following this ridiculous nonsense. And again, the ball's not in my court. I've only told the truth from day one. The strange story that you're about to hear, the fantastic tale of Arnie Gunderson, I didn't come up with it. It was told to me by Shane Russell, and not just to me. Okay, YouTubers and anti-nuke activists, look, this isn't something I relish doing. It's not something I wanted to do. I tried to avoid any confrontation this time. I just wanted to go on my way. My broadcast of last night that I had audio problems with was not even a broadcast to attack or bash or be critical of anyone. I had other plans with it, but since Shane Russell and Jan Brooks, who you know as Miss Milky the Clown,